As we begin this morning with appreciation and gratitude. We are grateful for a place, a physical space of great beauty in which to meet and strengthen our common quest to be forever expanding as beneficial presence into this world. We acknowledge together that we live, move, and have our being within and as one indivisible whole known by many names. The knowing of this truth registers at my deepest core. Today, I honor my body, each of our bodies, as temples of divine love. As Myrtle Fillmore, Unity co-founder, suggested, the needs of the body will direct one's attention back to the divine temple the body is intended to be. In this context, I honor my need for self-care. Today, I accept as my right and also my responsibility to tend my body's needs, be they physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. When I am tired, I find rest. When I am in need, I ask for help. When I need comfort, I will allow someone to comfort me, or I will use the many ways I have learned to comfort myself. By doing so, I remain an open conduit for divine love. I look within my being for the unshakable wholeness and peace that I am. And I affirm, as I honor my need for self-care, I expand my capacity to give. And so it is.
There is no God but one. There is no God but
During the 64 days of the season of nonviolence, we're having a call and response. We once were told, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I tell you, don't react violently. When someone slaps you on the right cheek, turn the other cheek as well.
I stand for peace, so I choose to be peace.
But to you who listen, I say, love your enemies.
There is only one presence and one power. So our... It's not the same.
Bless those who curse you.
I am grateful for all my teachers.
Pray for those who abuse you.
I affirm perfect balance in the universe. I trust the ultimate justice of love, compassion, and mercy.
And do favors for those who hate you.
I give
child of the living God, made in the image of perfect love. All that I am, all I've been given to you, my God, I surrender. I am a child of the living God, made in the image of perfect love. All that I am, all I've been given to you, my God, I surrender. I surrender.
Good morning, everybody. We are really excited to see you, and we want to remind you that next Sunday is our Youth and Family Ministry Hospitality Day. Seeing as St. Patrick's Day is coming up, we will have a St. Patrick's Day theme next Sunday. So please be sure to wear your green. We'll have all kinds of fun treats ready for you. And the kids will have a name tag station again next week, and we'll give you all leprechaun names. So also a special blessing to a couple of our YOUers who are here. Next weekend, they will be going to Spokane in preparations for their volunteering in a high school service project to serve as camp counselors for the kids, the younger kids that go to kids camp this summer. So Eric, and we got Eric. Nope, Ryan's not going. Ryan's going to go to IYOU this year. So anyways, next weekend we'll bless them as well as they're on their journey. So don't forget to wear green next week. Thank you.
Thank you for being our family. Thank you for being our friend. Thank you for blessing and teaching us. God bless you. Amen. All that I am, all I've been given to you, my God, I surrender.
Blessings on our youth and family ministry. And welcome to all you souls who have joined us at Unity in Linwood this morning. Some of us have actually come in body. There are others who have come in the invisible realm. We'll call that the virtual realm because of our growing Facebook community. So we extend our welcome to everyone who's joined us today. I have to pause for just a second to say, wow, wasn't that fun on Friday night? I see a lot of you who were here then. We had our second annual Unity in Linwood on stage, and this place is just rich, rich, rich with talent everywhere among us. It was so fun. Thank you for everybody who participated. Unity in Linwood is a place of intentional welcome. We extend our welcome to everyone who joins us. There is a lot happening here, both on Sundays and other days of the week, and we hope that as you sample what's offered, you will find value here. We are a growing, thriving community. Because of our open welcome, we are obviously a place of diversity. People at Unity in Linwood come from many backgrounds and lifestyles, and we are pleased by that. We grow and learn from each other's uniqueness and from our differences. We welcome you as you are here. A favorite author of mine, who some of you know, Brené Brown, writes about belonging. And isn't that what community is all about? Brené, a well-known seeker of authentic spirituality, writes that in order to feel a sense of belonging with others, we must first belong to ourselves. Her message is, find the courage to be who you really are in spite of any and all risks involved. Her powerful affirmation is, belonging is worth it. And I do tend to believe it's a basic human need. So at Unity in Linwood, we are all invited to relax and to be ourselves. We get to explore what that means here, and we get to practice. Acceptance and forgiveness are given freely. Your unique contributions and gifts, your very presence, they're all honored and appreciated here. And by the way, I want to invite all of you to come across the hall to the Friendship Hall after service for refreshments. That way we'll get to know each other a little bit better and grow community some more. Today is Sacred Service Sunday, and at Unity in Linwood, service is thought of as sacred discipline. So please welcome our Associate Minister of Service, Reverend Nina Clark, to the platform.
Morning. Last Saturday, we had the first of what will be quarterly service connection meetings. Our first meeting was an intimate gathering. And we began with a game that initiated a conversation that lasted over an hour. In fact, we got so involved with our sharing and the connection and the synergy that was being generated that with full unspoken consensus, we abandoned the games and committed our energies to the conversation. We talked about a variety of things related to service and connection and soul growth with open hearts and minds. The game itself started a conversation about being present when life pulls us in a variety of directions. How can we stay present and compassionate and grounded while keeping several plates in the air at once? And many of us have that experience on Sundays. This turned out to be a valuable conversation both for service and for our personal and work lives. We also talked about raising the bar. Dr. Richard has introduced the idea of the consciousness of excellence. We are doing an incredible job as a community in our consciousness of intentional welcome. But what would a consciousness of excellence look like? We explored how that could look both in service and in our personal lives. And another topic that came up was around the question, why do people serve? What motivates different people? We agreed that everyone serves for different reasons. Some to make friends, some to feel a deeper sense of connection, some because they understand that in order to thrive, a church community needs volunteers, and others serve as a spiritual practice. And we agreed that there's room for every reason and that many of those reasons were being met during our service connection meeting itself. And I had an inspiration. Part of my parenting was encouraged by a book called The Continuum Concept, and she spoke there about a tribe of Indians in South America called the Yaquana. And the Yaquana have a philosophy that from the moment a child is born, from the first breath that they take, they say, welcome, welcome. We are so glad you're here. And they don't attach anything to anyone's contribution. They say, we know that there is a spot in our community, and if we don't know what that looks like yet, you'll fill it. We trust that. And I want to say that we feel that way in our service community here as well. Whatever your gifts are, however you can fit in, we'll find a place for you. As Linda said, you each have unique contributions and gifts, and we want to make them welcome here, however they show up. Anyway, at that meeting, we had a great time, and everyone agreed that we should have another one before the next one we've actually scheduled in July, so stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you, Nina. One of those people wearing many hats for us. We do thank you. Last week, Robin reminded us through her beautiful prayer from the platform here that we all started out with a childish idea of what it means to pray. And I just had to reflect, you know, if we were taught to pray as children, there could be no other truth. But adults don't think like children think. So then most of us have had to go through some kind of a transition, and many of us are probably still wrestling with some old thought habits that were well instilled so long ago. Unity teaches us to pray affirmatively. Charles Fillmore suggests a way to strengthen prayer thoughts. Even though his image here is just a little outdated, I think you'll hang in there with me. Pervading all nature is a universal thought substance that is more sensitive than the phonographic record. Some of you remember those. The record receives and preserves vibrations of sound, but the substance of our thought does better than this. It transcribes not only all sounds, but even the slightest vibration of thought. If the message it receives from us is, I'm weak, then weakness is recorded. If, however, we say, I am strong, vigorous, fearless, spiritual intelligence, life and substance, that message is transcribed and carried into action. Fortunately for all of us, we have support for our prayer work here at Unity in Linwood if we at any time could use a little help to find words of positive intention. And that applies to both challenges and joys. We have a prayer ministry and a troop of prayer chaplains who pray on our behalf on Sundays and throughout the week. Their roles are extensive. We only need to speak up and let our needs for prayer support be known to them, and doing that is really very easy. So we can stay after service at the end each Sunday, come up front, and a prayer chaplain will be waiting for us here to sit with us in prayer individually, one-on-one. An easy way is to find a prayer slip in the back of the chair in front of you, write your prayer there, slip it into the offering basket when that comes around. And always, there's a confidential prayer number that's in your bulletin, and the online prayer request is available at unityinlinwood.org. Both of those routes work for us any day of the week, any time of day. So it's easy to submit a prayer request to ask for that kind of support. And I'd like to take just a moment to ask the prayer chaplains that are with us right now to stand so we can spot them and thank them for their service. And we do thank you for your service. Affirmations are positive statements of highest truth, and they are another foundational tool of unity. The more often we speak affirmatively, the stronger will be our convictions. Today's affirmation is powerful. It's behind me on the screen, and first I will read it while you soak it in, and then I'll invite you to stand and we can, if that works for you, and we'll share it together. I am the light of God in the world. You are the light of God in the world. We are the light of God in the world. Today we shine. Please stand. Together. I am the light of God in the world. You are the light of God in the world. We are the light of God in the world. Today we shine. Let's take a minute to greet each other while we're up and on our feet.
Get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. I see you dancing, come on. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. All right. So I'm excited to introduce our musical guests today. With songs as vivid as feature films, local indie folk duo The Winterlings take listeners on unexpected journeys soaring with astronauts above a warming planet, hitchhiking from Alaska with a fisherman, fighting beside a female Civil War soldier, and walking deeper into the forest of human existence. Featuring male and female lead vocal and harmonies, guitar, violin, banjo, and drums. I mean, like every instrument imaginable here. The Winterlings build bonfires of sound to dance and dream beside. Will you please welcome Wolf and Amanda?
Before we start, Cameron, can you mute his guitar? Because we had it unplugged. Okay, now it's on. All right, thanks.
So this first song got its start in the south of India. I was staying in a little village there with a family, and they'd never seen anybody from here. And so all the kids lined up to ask me questions. Are you a ghost? You know, stuff like that. You know, is America all ghosts? And at the end of the line was a guy named Anantha. And Anantha was 28, and he'd never been on a date with a woman. He'd never had that experience. His family's very traditional, so they arranged for him to be married. And so he came to me asking for marriage advice. He said, Wolf, you know, you're from America. You guys are pretty liberal. You just start dating in kindergarten. And, you know, I've seen it on TV. I've seen it. I know what goes on there. So teach me something. Tell me something. How can I make my marriage work with Chandrika? And I said, I don't know. So we went down to the village and ran to this guy who's a sadhu. And the sadhus are like monks. They're like spiritual seekers. And they have long dreadlocks, and they pray, and they have a little bowl that they put in front of them. And whatever people put in the bowl, that's how they survive. They eat that. And they're naked and celibate. And we thought that'd be a perfect guy to ask about marriage, you know? So we asked him, and he didn't, you know, he gave us this amazing line. He said, the secret to a happy marriage is one line. If you take, then I will give. And then as we were walking away, he said something else, and Anantha said, oh, yeah, he just said that's the secret to life also. Okay, so I thought that was pretty cool. I couldn't play guitar at all. I came back to America and learned a few chords and wrote this song. It's called Take, Give. If I walked across the sea, would you walk along with me? Our footsteps on the tide and waves upon our thigh. I just want to grab you in my arms. I want to breathe you in my lungs and set continents adrift. If you take, then I will give. If you take, then I will give. There are stations of the cross where blood no longer falls, and people board their train as if leaving left no stain. I just want to roll into the night. I want to hold you in my eyes. In this small house where we live, if you take, then I will give. If you take, then I will give. There are storms when you are sad, and sunshine when you laugh. If you don't know which way to go, just reach out for my hand. I just want to shake the day away. I want to touch your blushing face in this bedroom where we live. Have you taken, I will give. Have you taken, I will give. There are countries in your soul where no one's ever wrong. If I sing for you tonight, would you let me inside? Whoa, whoa, I just want to sail into the west on a ship made out of bread, with the wind of your bright care. Have you taken, I will give. Have you taken, I will give. Thank you. After today's service, we're going to have a concert, so we'd love it if some of you or all of you stuck around.
Yeah, for the concert, we'll be playing the electric guitar, and I got a fiddle back here, too, so.
We're going to really dig into it.
Yeah. So this next song is called Acres, and we wrote it when we were living out in Port Angeles for a while. And in that vast beauty of the Olympic Mountains, got me reflecting on the vastness that we carry within us as well. And our potential selves, our past selves, and all that we let go of and all that we grow toward. It's all within us if we look for it. And so that's where this song came from. It's called Acres. You are shining, you are the whispering, you are the ghost of a part of me I never bring to the parties, to the papers, to the conversation. You are gravel, you are glacier, you are in the morning, you are the first to rise. You are swimming in the river of the fading night, to the graveyard, to the garden. You're the axe that I've carried since the day we were married.
We were married
In silver
light of winter. I
see you as I saw you then. I see you as I saw you then. I see you as I saw you Thank you.
And not only are they that talented, they're incredibly kind people. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for being with us. And plus, I love hanging out with people their age. Makes me feel like I'm 50 again. So in Unity Basics, we got together, we explored the nature of reality. We explored the nature of this great all that is that we would call God. We explored what it means to be a human navigating within that great all that is. We talked about this creative center that exists at the core of humanity. We might call it consciousness. We talked about the fact that we are capable of growing this consciousness. We talked about prayer. We talked about meditation. We grappled with the enduring questions of eons. And we recognized everyone last week for having done so successfully, except for one person who has graciously extended his forgiveness and agreed to be recognized for his completion this morning. Will you acknowledge Michael Smith, please? It's a new format. It's a lunch concert. If you have registered for a brown bag lunch, you will find that lunch somewhere in this building. It will have your name written on it, and that name has been written by our children who decorated your lunch for you. If you have not yet registered for lunch and you would like to attend the afternoon concert, there are some lunches available. Please register at the Welcome and Information Station. And if you choose to come to the concert and do not desire lunch, please come. Please come. All are welcome. You are not required to eat at Unity in Linwood. Would you join me in just offering a final thank you to Cheryl Jones for the talent show on Friday evening, please? It's been written that it's the most sacred and experiential service of the year. It includes beautiful music, a foot washing ritual, and that's from us to you, by the way, not the other way around. I will not be asking anyone to wash my feet. And if you're toe shy, it's not a requirement. Don't worry, you may still attend. A foot washing ritual, physical communion, candle lighting, and a 12 powers meditation. It's our Holy Thursday service. Please consider joining us. It will begin at 7 o'clock p.m. on March 29th. Every service at Unity in Linwood has an ambassador. This person's role is to support you in your exploration and discovery of this evolving, unfolding divine idea we call Unity in Linwood. So if you have a question about who we are, about what we believe, what we teach, about what is available to you in that exploration, you're welcome to engage her in conversation, that they may have a face to put with a name. Nan Allen, would you wave to these kind people, please? The words are those of Charles Fillmore. If you feel so inclined, please feel free to join me in stating his invocation. I am now in the presence of pure being. And immersed in the Holy Spirit. Of life, love, and wisdom. I acknowledge your presence and your power. O blessed Spirit. In your divine wisdom, now remove my mortal limitations, and from your pure substance of love, bring into manifestation my world, according to your perfect law. We met in the mid-1980s in Overland Park, Kansas. They were set to retire, I believe, in Arkansas, was it? And there was something that said no, no. And while they will humbly deny this, they have since gone forth to directly impact the lives of millions of people on our planet. We sent a contingency of 12 to Tanzania, Africa in 2015 to partner with International Health Partners Tanzania in the building of a children's hospital, an orphanage, a birthing center. And they are back this morning as the co-founders of that organization to share a message, to offer thanks, to extend an invitation, and to discuss possibilities. Would you welcome our dear friends, Dr. Denny and Paula Loftstrom, please?
If you want to go first, I'll let you go last this time.
I had a very wise Irish grandfather, and he told me at one time, he said, "Denny, you always want to have the last word." He says, "I always do." He says, "Grandma tells me what to do, and I say, okay."
I'll remember to give him the last word. Okay. Thank you for having us back to Unity in Linwood. It does feel indeed like coming home again. We have known Richard for 30-some years. We met at Unity in Overland Park. Denny and I were married by Mary Omwick at Unity. I want to talk to you this morning about some of the problems and challenges that life throws at us. Not that any of you have ever had any, of course. What happened to my notes? Oh, there they are. We're building now our third hospital project in Tanzania. This one is a pediatric hospital. There are 22 million children in Tanzania under the age of 15, and no pediatric hospital to serve them. And there are only 26 pediatricians in the entire country. So we do have a challenge before us. Now, when we first started this 16 years ago, we were asked to go to Iambi Hospital for 10 weeks. It was a hospital. Denny was a medical missionary in Tanzania from 1958 to 1962. You can do the math, okay. And at that time, he was at Kiamboi Hospital, but near that was Iambi Hospital. And Iambi Hospital had been a leprosarium. And then with the advent of DDS, diethyl dimethyl sulfone, that arrested leprosy, then the hospital became a general hospital. And when the Lutheran missionaries were asked to leave the country when at the end of colonialism, and they did, the government took over the hospital and it didn't fare well. Okay. So we were asked to come back and see what could be done to rehabilitate the hospital. In a 10-week survey, the challenge was to find out if it was needed, what was there, and if it was worth rehabilitating, what would it cost? Well, it served 175,000 people, so yes, it was needed. It had pretty much gone down the tubes, and when we got there, they were seeing 2 or 3 patients a day, and in a 170-bed hospital, they had 3 inpatients. And by the time we'd been there a little over a month, we were seeing 100 patients a day. And at the end of 4 years, we were seeing 110 patients a day, and we had 60 to 80% occupancy. When we first got there, there was no electricity and no water. Try running a hospital when you can't flush the toilets, folks. But there was a well down about, I don't know, honey, what was about a mile? Mile, a little over, down to the well, from the well to the hospital. Challenge. Solution. Get the water from there up to here. Okay. And so the well had been, and the windmill had been put in by the Australians many, many years ago. So we found a water engineer. His name was Samueli, and he came up and got the thing running again and taught the people how to grease the cups and keep the thing going. But the problem was there was no pipe from the hospital to the well. And so we spoke with the village, and they said, okay, we'll do a line of sight here. All right, and every family in the village was assigned so many meters that they had to dig to put the pipe in, and there were a lot of families that were leprosy families, so they couldn't dig, but only the families with able-bodied people were asked to do this. And it took about 3 weeks, and we had a line, and so we had a pipe up to the hospital. We had water that we shared with the entire community. Now, interestingly, there was a pastoralist there. There was a herdsman. And one day, they came up to the house and said to me, Mama, Mama, there's no water, there's no water. All right, let's go see what the problem is. Well, he was down towards the well, and he discovered that he could make a wonderful pond of water for his cattle. All he had to do was hack into that pipe, you know. We had a little conversation with him about that. Little prayer. Don't let me say this, you know. And then while we were there, the people that we trained in felt ready to take the hospital over. We had written a 5-year redevelopment plan, and at the 4-year mark, they said, you know, we're ready and anxious. And we said, okay, fine, we'll go back to Arkansas and retire. That would have been our 5th try. But within 3 months, or 3 days, we got requests from 6 different bishops around the country and the CSSC, which is the Christian Social Services Commission, to please don't go. You people know what you're doing. There's so much need. Let us, you know, help you find some place to serve and all this. And we were offered 13 projects, and we chose 6 to look at. And then we chose Mwanza as the place of most need, with the infrastructure there that we needed to build a hospital. There was a building that could be converted to a clinic. There was a house for us to live in, and there was 32 acres of land. So over 6 years, we built Nyakato Health Center. And at the 6-year mark, we had 122,000 active charts. But while we were there, we realized, we tumbled to this thing that there was no pediatric care and no pediatricians. And so we started buying the land down at Zinga. It was an astonishing thing to just buy dirt. The challenge was, how do you get the people, how do you go from here? We had $35 and a lot of faith. All right? And now we are building the pediatric hospital at Zinga. And that's been with the help of this community and the help of you people coming out. And we want to get some more, because you know what happens when you come to Tanzania. You get Tanzophilia. And you have to keep coming back. Is that not right? Some of those people in here, you know that. And we've certainly had our challenges. We had to build roads, dig wells for water. Now we have electricity, but it's not real. We have solar backup for our electricity. Yes, we have challenges. But let's talk about what Jesus did when Jesus had challenges. What did Jesus do first? Anytime Jesus had a challenge, what did he do first? Right. He took it to prayer. How often do you guys do that? Mm-hmm. You know, Jesus never came from lack. Jesus only came from a place of love. Now let's talk about the story of the loaves and the fishes. Okay, you all know that story. Okay, now I'm married to a Scandinavian back here. And I figured this out a long time ago. Okay, the loaves and the fishes. The fish was lutefisk. Okay, and one little bite, and they said, "That's all I can stand, Lord. Thank you very much."
She really underestimates the importance of lutefisk.
Yeah, that was his mother's biggest disappointment in me. But let's talk about what Jesus really did. There were some baskets of loaves and fishes. And he didn't start saying, okay, now if we give so much to so much to so much. Because the people were coming and coming and coming to hear what he had to say. And it was hot and they were hungry. And so he took what was there and he started out with it. And he started giving it away. And the people back there said, you know, George, we did bring those extra sandwiches. We can share those. We can take them in half. And someone over here said, well, you know, we brought some of that yogurt. And somebody back there had some wine. And we discovered that what God gave us was each other. That what we have, we share. And it's always enough. When you give what you have, as their song said, you take and I will give. And you can never outgive God. Now, my mother was a psychologist. And she was a pretty practical woman. And she said, you know, I won't truck with anybody that's not willing to right themselves well. Because when we are faced with psychological challenges, it's a lot of work to get over them. It really is. You have to be willing to do that work. You have to invite God in your life to support you to say, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to be comfortable in my pain anymore. I'm going to go forward. There was a book written once called Women Who Love Too Much. And in the back of that book were some tools for how to, shall we say, adjust your attitude and to help you go forward. And so we've rewritten those just a little bit, and we're going to make them into a letter to God. It's 6 steps. The first step in your letter to God is, God, this is what happened, okay? Because you're not going to be writing this when you're just ever so thankful for everything, okay? This is problems and challenges, all right? So you write to God and you tell him exactly what happened, okay? From your point of view. Okay, you can write it out. And then the second step is, this is what I think, okay? Now, we all know as loving parents that there are times when you deny your child something, that child will respond with, I hate you. Well, we have a heavenly Father, a heavenly Mother that says, I love you, even when you're angry with me. And so that second part here is, this is what I think, God. I think this wasn't fair. I think that I didn't deserve this. I think that you, and you can even tell God what you think he should do about it, okay? And the third step is, this is what I feel. Because your feelings are important. You own your feelings, and they are important. And you can share them with God and say, I didn't deserve this. I think I feel that I was wronged, and I'm angry, and I'm hurt, and I'm disgusted, and so forth and so on. You can let it all out. Then the fourth step is the harder one for me in this letter to God. This is what I want. God, my father, my mother, I want to be on your path. I want to do your work. I want to serve the way you want me to serve. I want to be your light in the world. The fifth thing is this is what I will do. Dear God, I will not step out on my own. I will ask first. I will think first. I will ask for your blessings. I will do your will in your way. This is what I will do. And the last thing, number 6, is this is what I will not do. I will not go off on my own without thinking first. I will not apply my solution without asking for your solution first. I will not forget that Jesus showed us the way. And when you've written down all those 6 things, you pretty much got it knocked, okay? And you don't have to write them in order, folks, okay? God and I have had some pretty long letters. But you know, Jesus taught us that the help you need is always at hand. It starts by faith, backed up with prayer. Joy is the presence of God, and the presence of God is always where you start. I'm going to read one more little bit. It's an admonition from Mother Teresa. People are often unreasonable, illogic, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish or ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone can destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, others may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give the world the best you have anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it's between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. Someone wants the last word.
This is really very unusual for me to get this last word. I want to invite you all out afterwards to the fellowship hall to see what we have to offer for you from our friends out in Africa. They have made many artifacts, carvings, and wood carvings and all. We have those for sale, and they're very proud to be helping us build the hospital by contributing this to our work. So we invite you all to come out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paula and Denny, so much for being with us, coming all this way and expanding our view. And I know the people that had the experience with you in Africa were moved and changed as a result of that. Thank you. At this point in our service, we take a moment to reflect upon give and take, as we heard earlier this morning through song, the law of circulation. As we prepare to offer our financial gifts, our tithes, and our love offerings, we know the law not only works in the realm of material things, but it is always at work as we extend all of our gifts into the world. Charles Fillmore offered us these words: "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, it shall be measured to you again." This promise abounds in all the scriptures.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
While the ushers are making their way to the front, I do want to mention that Unity in Linwood makes regular tithing to a variety of causes, ourselves, our organization. So our blessing is on our tithes as an organization as well as the gifts you've given today. We give thanks together this morning that the spirit of love and truth multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. And so it is. Thank you, ushers, for your service. I would like to welcome anyone who might be with us for the first time this morning. We like to do this without putting people on the spot. We just ask you to raise your hand so we can say hi. And I see a few hands. Hi and special welcome. We also have a few things in place I'll walk you through to help you get oriented a little bit to who we are. There's a newcomer's information card, which you might have spotted in the back of the chair right in front of you. It looks like this. And there is a DVD in the wall rack to the left of the door as you exit the sanctuary. This will show you some of the kinds of activities that go on here. You may have also seen the Stay in Touch card, and some of you for whom this is not your first time may not have completed a Stay in Touch card. We invite you to do that, and that will allow us to send you just a couple of emails a month. You won't be inundated, but it will keep you informed about what we are about and what kind of activities are going on here. There are lots of activities going on here. Let me tell you a little bit about that. So many I need help. So, and a reminder always, the welcome and information station is right at the back of this room. That's a really good habit to form, to stop there so you can see things in print as well as just listen. I'm one of those people that takes it in better if I can see it in writing. So, Mother Kathy, could I ask you to come up and help me with announcements this morning? Yes, thank you.
Good morning. As you know, and Michael got a special shout out, Unity in Linwood's adult education program continues, I guess through September, is that correct? Every Tuesday night, right here at 7 p.m. In March, I will be teaching a course on the Bible, and this has been announced for several weeks now. I just want to make a special invitation again to anybody who wants to have the freedom to open up the Bible in ways that you may not have had access to before, to find sort of a sweet spot between fundamentalist interpretations that may have been wounding in the past for you or for somebody that you know. There's a lot of us out there who have been taken aback by some of the things we've heard preached on Sunday mornings over the years, I'm sure. So between that place and a place of non-belief or atheism or outright rejection of Scripture, let's find the middle ground in there where the wisdom lies, where the depth of the teaching exists. We'll open it up, we'll expose some of the places that are harmful, and then we'll move beyond them into wisdom. So I invite you, with my heart, please join us if you're able and willing, and bring in your open mind and your open heart.
Thank you so much for your personal invitation. Interfaith at Unity in Linwood invites you to both spiritual Saturdays with Rabbi Ted Falcon and an accepting ritual in the Franciscan tradition of unity and hospitality with Father Dan Duvall, Rabbi Ted. I see them both with us right here, right now. Those events are happening on March 24th. We're excited to invite you to a spiritual Seder on Wednesday, April 4th. The biblical Exodus offers us a rich metaphor supporting our own release from the restrictive patterns of our conditioned consciousness. Rabbi Ted leads a spiritual Seder, inviting us to live into the continual rhythm of release that opens us to our own spiritual evolution. Tickets are $40 and are available on our website at unityinlinwood.org. If you are interested in singing in our Easter choir, please join Matthew and Dr. Richard for the first of 3 rehearsals next Sunday following the 11 o'clock service. No audition is required. And please join our health and wellness ministry on Sunday, March 18th at 1 p.m. for a brain health workshop. We will be showing an extension of a PBS special of a live event called Change Your Brain, Change Your Life with Dr. Daniel Amen, a neuropsychiatrist, very well known. Through his brain imaging work with tens of thousands of patients from 62 countries at the Amen Clinic, Dr. Amen has come to discover one of the most exciting breakthroughs in neuroscience, that you literally can change your brain and change your life. We hope you will join us for this educational and potentially life-changing event. And another event by Health and Wellness is The Body is the Temple of the Soul, our monthly event. This happens on Wednesday, the 14th of March this month. And for my last announcement, I need a moment to go incognito. Yeah, Scotty, where are you? Okay, but it does create problems, like reading announcements. So I have a cheat sheet. I just needed to remind you that the fun and the frivolity at Unity in Linwood never ends. So in that vein, on Saturday, March 17th, we will be bringing the majesty of Royal Albert Hall to Unity in Linwood. You never know what's going to show up there, so you ought to check now and then. It occurred to me. This is a musical and theatrical extravaganza, and truly it is a remarkable filming. It is a live filming of a 25th anniversary event, gathering the best talent England had to offer. And you will not be disappointed if you are able to join us. We want you to know that masks are provided at the door along this line, or more. We also have ones that are more simple if this is a little over the top for you. Or bring your own, or come without any at all. That's perfectly fine. People are encouraged to dress up in theater garb or costumes, and that's fun. You know, the minute you have masks and costumes, it's a party, and it's fun. So we do have a limited number of tickets, but we have some tickets that we would still like to sell for this event. Appetizers will be served at 6 o'clock, appetizers and wine, and the curtain call is at 7. We hope you can join us. We have a sign-up sheet. The tickets are on sale for $25 a piece. Please come see us at the sign-up table. We have a special phantom table if you are interested. Thank you. Now I will resume. These and all good things happening at Unity in Linwood can be found on your printed program, or our Facebook page, or our website at unityinlinwood.org.
So I like to call this shopping day at Unity in Linwood. We have some amazing product in the back by the Winterling, so please visit there. And then, as Dr. Denny and Paula said, they have some product for sale in Friendship Hall. So if you'll join me, we'll sing our peace song.
I love being in a place where our Catholic priests and our Franciscans and our rabbis and our Buddhist monks all can come together for important conversations about that which ultimately, if we're willing to do the work, we share. I love that. And so it is with a sincere heart when I tell you that I cherish coming to be with you on a Sunday morning. I believe that what you represent in the world is important, and I believe it is valuable. So I'd like to congratulate you not only for this, but indeed you have been selected as the host producing organization for an event called the Love America Tour. It's being offered on June 30th by Marianne Williamson. Congratulations to you. Tickets are not available as of yet, but she did offer a Facebook teaser yesterday morning, and by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there were over 700 people saying, I'm ready for my ticket. I am eager to go. So you will be in excellent company. I shared the morning with your children during 11 o'clock. Oh, they are in good hands. They are in good hands. They are in good hands. If you did not get a handout from Dr. Denny and Paula on your way in, please feel free to get one on the way out. We will, as part of our season for nonviolence in 2 weeks, we will interview people from Project Freedom Washington in 2 weeks as part of the Sunday service. How do we support our brothers and sisters who have been incarcerated in re-entering life? Does that sound like a season for nonviolence initiative or what? Let's take a deep breath. Whether you are here in body, whether you are in Facebook land, it matters not. If there is a first name of any soul you'd like to introduce into this consciousness of love and support, please speak it now. And so it is that yet again, whether with the human tongue or the human heart, it matters not. God does not speak English. On behalf of all who have turned something of a spiritual ear to this conversation, it's with great faith then, and it's with great boldness that we lift our voices together and speak these closing words. The light of God surrounds us. The
The light of God surrounds us. The power of God protects. The presence of God watches over us, and all is well. The love of God enfolds us. Wherever we are, God is. We are safe, we are cherished, and all is well. All is well.
We close our time as we always do by speaking our words, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is.